In a world that shouts, hustle harder, what if I told you that feeling better about your salon business and earning more from the exact same clients could start with just 7 minutes? I'm not talking about toxic positivity or just think happy thoughts, but I am talking about a real nervous system reset therapists use, followed by one simple strategy shift that makes your service menu sell itself. If you've been feeling the static in your chest, the doom scroll in your brain, or the weight of wondering how you're gonna keep up, this video is for you. By the end, you will not only feel better, but you will have a practical way to raise your average ticket without adding more hours to your schedule. Stay with me. This is gonna feel good and actually pay you better. Back in 2021, I was running a wellness salon. My books were full, my brand was beautiful, and behind the chair, I was earning more than ever. Clients left glowing. I felt amazing in my business. They would float out after a healing haircut session, smiling, relaxed, and transformed. But then 4, 6, 12 weeks later, when I would see them, they would walk back in carrying the exact same stress that they had left behind the first time. It bummed me out, and honestly, it drained me because I started to wonder if my work was even sticking. And that's when I turned to clinical hypnosis in my healing sessions. Not the party trick kind that you see in magic shows or movies, but the kind used in hospital and therapy sessions. And I began to use it on myself first to work through things like my late night cookie cravings, or my money worry loops, or my habit of saying yes when I actually wanted to say no. And in just a few minutes, I would feel the shift and I would begin to change my habits. And so here's the lesson. When your nervous system is spun out, even the best mental strategy can feel heavy. You can have a perfect concept for your salon, you can have a gorgeous menu and a marketing plan, and still feel stuck in your profitability and your business because your own mind is working against you. And so we flip it to prioritize that first, working on what I call a resource state, and from there, then we can work on a strategy. And sure, you might be thinking, cool, but how do I actually do that when each day can feel really overwhelming? So let me show you how. Let's go back to 6 years ago. And I remember working in a very busy salon Saturday. One of my teammates, Rebecca, had 2 balayage clients and a corrective consult stacked back to back for the rest of her day. She was already running 20 minutes behind, and she had been slamming Diet Cokes all day long to keep up with the pace. I was also in the color bar mixing color in the back, and I watched her. I could feel her jaw clench. I could almost sense like her chest tightening, and I knew that if she stayed in that state, the whole day was going to unravel. And so I grabbed 2 water bottles and I pulled her aside into the bathroom for literally 2 minutes. We took our water bottles and we tossed them hand to hand across the midline of our bodies, like this. And once we did this, her breathing slowed. Her shoulders, they began to drop. The panic that was at a level 8 began to drop to a 3 in just 2 minutes. And it was incredible because she walked back out calmer. She ran her consult with so much ease and confidence, and the rest of her day smoothed out. And that really is the power of a quick pattern interrupt. But don't take my word for it. Let's try this out together in real time. Unless, of course, you're driving, in which case, please don't do this. But grab a water bottle, grab any object that you can throw between your hands and the midline of your body. So any object that you can comfortably toss between your hands. And while you're doing this and practicing with me, pick one stressor in your business. Could be literally anything. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to ramp it up to at least a level 6 when you think about it. And as you're tossing your object, make sure that you're tossing it across the midline, right? Like you can have your eyes on the object and follow it. You don't have to, you can literally watch me, but I want you to just breathe and keep going until the number starts to cut itself in half. And the reason why this works is because anxiety has a spin. And it usually lives on one side of the brain, and it can get stuck in one of the hemispheres. And so crossing your midline starts to untangle the anxiety, and it starts to force both sides to cooperate, almost like tossing your stress in a bit of a blender. 90 seconds or more is really all it takes. If you can do longer, that's great, but that's really all it takes to start to feel a sense of neutrality in your body, where you start to feel a sense of safety and start to get back to your own energy. When the hemispheres of our brain are neutralized, that's when we make clearer and better decisions in our business. I'm sure that you're thinking, this is awesome, and I love this, and I feel calmer in the moment, but how is this going to help me long term? And that brings me to the next step. The next step is what I call installing the resource state. So a stylist that I coach, let's call her Adelaide, She was terrified to announce her new price rates. We had worked for weeks redesigning her service suite. She had been in the industry for 15 years, was talented, booked, and adored by her clients. But every single night that she would think about announcing everything, she would start to get this worry loop and start fearing that all of her clients were going to leave her when she announced her new price increases. Her sleep suffered, her stress spiked, and she wasn't as present with her existing clients as she used to be. That told me that we needed something deeper than strategy. We needed to install this new belief and this new resource state to replace this worry state that kept looping inside of her mind. And so I began by asking her, how did she want to feel instead of looping in worry? And she said that she wanted to feel calm and she also wanted to feel powerful. And through that, I told her to close her eyes and describe, okay, great. How does calm and powerful feel in your body? Start using your physical senses. Was there a color? Is there a feeling? Is there a movement? Is there a sound that she associated with this calm and powerful feeling? I asked her to make it come alive. I coached her to ramp up this calm power until it became fully alive for her. And once I saw her body relax and she kind of had a little bit of a smile, that let me know that she had fully tapped into that resource state. And then I hypnotized her to install it further into her subconscious. 3 days later, she rolled out her upgraded pricing and handled everything with so much ease. And even better, all of those fears that she had mounted up in her mind, they didn't even come to fruition. Her best fit clients stayed, and a big part of that was changing her thoughts and her mindset around raising her prices. And while, sure, it is totally normal for you to feel some fear about making changes in your business, if you find yourself overloading your nervous system with stress, it will hurt the business. Because of course, projecting fear and worry is gonna create more of that. Projecting calm and power is also gonna create more of that. So let's make this happen for you right now. Again, if you're in a car, please don't do this, but let's think about one stressful situation in your business right now that you would like to change. And then connect it to how it makes you feel. Maybe you feel worry, maybe you feel fear. Maybe you feel panic, but just allow yourself to feel those sensations and give it a label. Could literally be worry. And now that you've tapped into that pain, any of the physical sensations, ask yourself, how would you like to feel instead? Give it a name. And now, just like I did with Adelaide, I want to use your physical senses to make it come alive for you. So maybe there is a visual, maybe there is a color. Say it's calm. So if calm had a color, what would it be? If certain had a weight, where would it live in your body? Is there a movement? Does it feel like soft shoulders? Does it feel like a steady breath? Does it feel glowy inside your body? Whatever it is, use your physical senses to make it come alive for you and dial it up even more. And once you've anchored it, name that out loud. Maybe it is calm power, for example. And that's just your new resource state. And I want you to practice that this week in your business. I want you to trigger it before maybe there's a big consultation, or maybe it's before you hit record to record a reel for Instagram, or maybe it's before presenting a new price increase. These are really important steps for you to practice this mindset and this resource state of calm power. And I know that you're ready to get hypnotized, so I know that this resource state feels good in the moment, but how are we gonna make it stick? And so let's talk science before we go into the hypnosis. So this is not a quick feel-good hack. There is real science here. Picture this. Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, 2007. It's an hour before breast surgery. 2 groups of patients. Room A, patients get a 15-minute hypnosis script from a clinician, not a swinging watch, just calm, specific language. And then you have room B, where patients get 15 minutes of empathic listening, a nurse literally holding space. Same doctors, same surgeries. Here's what happened. The hypnosis group needed less anesthesia. Their procedure ran about 11 minutes faster, and at discharge, they reported half the pain and half the nausea. And the hospital saved about $770 per patient. That's not magic. That's measurable physiology responding to focused attention. And this is why I bring hypnosis into client sessions, because if you can shift somebody's state before you walk into the salon, before you announce a price increase, before you lead your team, you change not only your body, but the outcome of your strategy. So let's get hypnotized already, and let me guide you through this, just like I would with a client or a team member who needs a reset. And of course, my next caveat, You know what I'm gonna say. If you're driving, don't do this. Watch the replay when you are not driving. All right, let's drop in. I want you to sit in a chair, feet on the ground, shoulders relaxed, and I just want you to find one focal point in the room. It can be a leaf, it can be a light, it can be a curtain, it can be a photo, it can be literally anything in the room. Let your eyes soften until you're using the outer edges of your peripheral vision to focus on the object. Let the edges blur. Now close your eyes, and as you close your eyes, I want you to visualize or experience a beautiful movie theater. You walk into the beautiful movie theater, you sit down in a comfortable chair, and you look at the movie screen, and on the movie screen you see the number 10. And when you see the number 10, a wave of relaxation moves all the way top of the head to the tip of the toes, softening your body. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and you see the number 9 floating on the movie screen, and a gentle wave of relaxation rolls all the way down through your body. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and you see the number 8 floating across your movie screen, and a wave of relaxation rolls all the way down. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and the number 7 flashes across the screen, and the wave of relaxation rolls down. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and the number 6 flashes across the screen, and the gentle wave rolls all the way down. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and the number 5 flashes across the screen, and the beautiful wave rolls all the way down through your body. You open your eyes and you close your eyes, and the number 4 flashes across the screen, and the beautiful gentle wave rolls all the way down. You open your eyes and close your eyes, and the number 3 flashes across your screen, and the beautiful gentle wave rolls all the way down. You open your eyes and close your eyes, and the number 2 flashes across your movie screen, and the gentle wave rolls all the way down through your body. And you open your eyes and you close your eyes, and the number 1 flashes across the screen, and the beautiful wave rolls all the way down your body, softening even more than before. And to convince yourself that you have tapped into your subconscious, I want you to say out loud, "My legs are so heavy." You can imagine or visualize them as heavy rocks or lead, but just say out loud, "My legs are so heavy." Try to lift them and notice that it's quite challenging to lift your legs because you've commanded them to be heavy. And that lets us know that this is not meditation. You've tapped into your subconscious mind. And so now that we're here, let's play. With your eyes still closed, I want you to allow yourself to float into the movie screen, into a version of you 6 months from now. Maybe you're grounded, maybe you're profitable, but I just want you to float into the movie screen of 6 months from now, feeling how you want to feel, being how you want to be, allowing you to try on that resource state we already practiced, allowing you to tap into the feelings and the sensations and the visuals. Maybe you're calm, clear, and powerful. Just see them in that movie, feeling how you want to feel, being how you want to be. And maybe you just get to notice. Notice how you carry yourself. Notice what you're wearing. Noticing how you breathe. Maybe you're watching yourself walk into your business, or the way you sit with clients, or the way you lead conversations. Just allowing yourself to feel how you want to feel and be how you want to be. It's like you're playing dress up and putting on a favorite coat or a great pair of jeans, just feeling this moment. I just want you to allow yourself to feel really effing good in this moment. And now that you've tapped into a little bit of those sensations, it's fun to ask your future self one question. What's one thing I can do today to get one step closer to this reality? Just allowing whatever is going to come up, if it's a word or a message, whatever it is, receive it. Now that you've experienced feeling how you want to feel, being how you want to be, I want to remind you that you can always come back here because you have the power and authority to think and feel exactly how you want. Now allow yourself to float out of the movie screen and back into your body in the movie theater, carrying all of those resources back into your body. And you'll know that you're ready to come back because you will find yourself naturally wanting to stretch. The feeling you experience during this very quick hypnosis feels like magic because it feels so easy, right? And that's why it's so effective for us, because it allows you to lead and make decisions with authority and simplicity instead of anxiety and overwhelm. Now that we've effectively tapped you into a resource state, it's really time for you to get the business strategy. So let's definitely connect the dots. But I want you to practice this over and over again as you're growing your business, okay? All right, so when it comes to integrating this into your business, have you ever walked into the Apple store, right? Like I do, I love it there. There's one clean table, there's 3 iPhones, there's a base, there's a Pro, there's a Pro Max, that's it. It's very simple, it's very intentional, it's very obvious. You never feel overwhelmed, you actually feel guided. Now, compare that to most salons. Dozens of services, a la carte options, endless notes. It can feel like clutter sometimes when you look at salon business in this way, and clutter stalls buying. And we can fix it by streamlining and removing the clutter. So for example, imagine that you're a color specialist. You could create, for example, a signature collection with 3 or 4 tiers. Maybe you have the signature color. Maybe it's a consultation, a root touch-up, and a gloss. It includes a blow-dry finish and a hair facial steam treatment and any wellness add-ons and maybe a bond builder. Number 2, you could have a luxe color. Maybe it's a partial highlight or a root touch-up with mini foils, gloss, bond builder, blow dry and trim, along with a steam hair facial and any wellness bonuses. Then maybe you have elite color or something like that. A full highlight or a root touch-up with partial highlight with gloss, bond builder, blow dryer trim, steam hair facial, wellness add-ons. 3 tiers, clear bonuses outlined in each package. This is really excellent because your client's decision process is so much easier and your profitability goes up because you're no longer listing 15 a la carte services that are tanking your profit margins and also creating overwhelming confusion. They spend more and you have an upgraded experience that feels easy and feels luxurious, the same way that you felt relieved when your nervous system reset earlier in this video. You just have to get out of the fear first, and only then can you step into the courage and the faith. Isn't it incredible that in just a few minutes, you can reset your thoughts and your mindset and then apply that clarity to strategy and making more money in your salon business without all of the worry thoughts associated with it? Hairstylists back in the day didn't even know about nervous system tools like this to help them in their business. They just worked harder and harder and harder. But you want to watch out for what happens when you simplify your menu and our propensity to backslide into the a la carte services to people please our clients. And I cover all of that I analyze 500 salons. Here's why you're not profiting.